It's September 6th. It's a Thursday, and there's a lot to talk about today. Thankfully, finally, after all these days, maybe it's been a month or so. I don't know how long it's been, but I'm at an all-time high. Believe that? It's crazy. I know. I didn't think I was gonna say it for quite a while, but actually, I'm on an all-time high, which is great. Okay, so I want to show you. I can't wait to show you this. Um, and what I'm going to talk about later is, of course, silver. It's been pretty dramatic. We had some really, really nice gains up until 1950 or something like that, and now it's down to almost 1850. So a big drop, and I want to tell you what my opinion is on silver and what's going on there. Also, markets are going up pretty high. I made a really risky move on Apple, and so far it's paying off. But I'm really nervous. I haven't exited my position. I can't wait to show you. All right. So look at this. Look at this. I'm on all-time high. I'm almost at 67,000. Yeah, I'm at 66,926 if you're just listening to the audio of this. And I'm pretty happy about it. I mean, are you looking at a 3 month chart because it looks nicer? The 1 day chart is just ticked over, so it looks something like this. Just one straight vertical line. So I'm showing you a 3 month. I've got 11% gain over 3 months, $6,651 gains of just asset appreciation, plus dividends and option premiums and stuff like that. So, and for those of you that are wondering, it's not all Apple, all right? I know that my account is like half Apple or more, and my account is correlated to Apple to a degree, but it's not just Apple, right? Chemical made some gains and everything else. It's not just like a one-trick pony account. And in fact, to show you that, I will take the first of all weekly gain of 2.79% and pair that with Apple's, and let's see what Apple's got. It's 1.61%. So I've owned more Apple and more bets on Apple in the last week, and I've made more than the company. And let's pull it out. I think in 3 months is better, but let's pull out to a year, right? Apple in the course of the year, 1 year's worth of time is down 5.6%. All right, negative 5.6. I'm up almost 40%, 3.39, 38.97. Now, it's not to brag or anything like that, although I'm really happy about it. I can't lie. It's going really well so far, this account, in my view, anyways. Especially considering the risk I'm taking. Like, I'm not taking that much risk. It's pretty risky, but I'm not taking that much risk, and I'm able to achieve some pretty cool stuff. It's really the first time that I've tried this type of account, and I wanted to obviously record because I really believe in that I can do it. And so I want to make sure that I share it with everyone and make it more public. And if I do something embarrassing, I want it to be out there. If I make mistakes, I want to keep a log of everything, and also to have proof that what I'm doing is kind of working. So anyway, what else was gonna show you? So that's the 1 month, 1 week performance. All right, getting into the account here. EXK had a down day, 46. Yet I'm still profitable on this. One of the listeners, someone posted that they were exiting yesterday from EXK, and I was like, yeah, you should totally. In fact, when I made a video yesterday, I kind of said that it would be really prudent idea to exit with half of your XK position if you made some huge gains, and some people have actually exited, and that's great because XK had a really bad down day. It's down 8% or so, and I'm still up on this trade by 11%, but suffering some pretty big losses here. So I'll talk about that in a second. Moving on down, C-SPAN is up $8 or so. It was up as much as 31 times 2, so $62 earlier today. I have pre-sold these already at 12.50. So if the price of C-SPAN reaches 12.50, I will be selling it for a profit of $250 plus whatever the contract cost at the time that I sold. So that's nice. Moving on from C-SPAN is Apple had an enormous day, $640 gain. That's fantastic. On top of that, I have my options contracts gaining another $363 or reducing a liability of $363, which is all the same. So I'm really happy about that. It's just a grand on the day only from Apple, and it's more than a grand on this day, on Thursday. We have a little tiny gains here from various funds. And look, I have here Cameco, my boys from Canada. Love them. All right, Cameco up 1.69%, giving me a total gain of $135 on top of a $4 appreciation or elimination of liability here on the option side. So I'm doing great. I'm really super happy. I'm really hoping for a follow through on Friday. The biggest thing I'm really keeps me up at night though, and I'm really nervous about, is my call that I bought, and I talked about that now. A couple videos have been talking about it, and I bought it because of the September 10th announcement, and I thought that nobody's expecting a big announcement. No one's expecting anything big to happen at all, including myself. So I believed at the time, and still do, kind of to an extent, that all of the negativity or passivity when it comes to this announcement on September 10th is factored in to the price already. So anything that happens will be reflected to the upside or neutral on the reflected into the value of the stock, of Apple stock. So I thought that it was a really smart gamble to buy a call, and that's what I did. I bought a call that expires on September 13th after the announcement. And now the big decision that I have to make is, do I pull the money out now before the announcement because I've seen some appreciation already in the Apple stock, or do I wait until after the announcement and see what happens then? Is it going to be a buy the rumor, sell the fact type of event, or is it going to be stay neutral and then be surprised and have a huge blast off on the upside? Or is it going to be a disappointing announcement and stock's going to go down? Or is there some other global risk that's going to happen, like something goes bad with China again or whatnot, and Apple crashes again? So I don't know. I really feel nervous whenever I buy calls because that is it's kind of a gamble. And I made another video about gambling, speculating and investing, and I don't usually like to gamble, but I think it's kind of calculated. I mean, it's a good payout. It's kind of like you think that team X is way better than the other team, but the odds are about even, and it's still gambling. But I mean, I don't know how to justify it. I just I just think it's not a prudent thing to do. It's a bad idea. But no, I just didn't think there was much downside, and so far I'm getting lucky with it. I've gotten lucky before with a couple of plays. So far, I haven't had really a big loss. If Apple decides to drop, I'll be losing like 500 bucks off of this. The biggest loss I've had with this account is when I bought stock, when I sold options on stocks that I really knew nothing about. There was this company named Switch, and when it went down far, I didn't know if I should be staying in the stock or buying it. I lost like $1,500 or something silly on this trade. Um, let's go into the browser and see where it's at now. So just to give you some background, I had to buy the stock at $10, and then eventually I sold some more calls to minimize my losses. I think I did even videos on this trade, and it kept on going down, and I had no idea of its intrinsic value. It's not like EXK or some other company where I have some kind of an idea of what the company's worth. I had no idea. So don't ever do this. Like, it's not a very good idea. And so it kept on dropping all the way to down to like $5 or $6, and eventually got rid of the company. Cost me a lot of money. So, but now it probably up again, right? Look, it's up at 1676. So had I doubled my money, if I knew there was some value in the company, I would be up like threefold right now. You know? So it's a bad idea because to not know anything about the company, because stuff like that happens. If I pull it out far enough, you probably see the action of where all this happened. And it's right here, look. So at $10, I was forced to buy, and then it dropped all the way down to 652 or something like that. And then I ended up selling my position because I knew nothing about the company. And then look at this rise. All right, look at this V bottom here. I sold right at the bottom because I have no idea, because all I was looking at is this left side of the chart here. And what would you do if you're only looking at this left side of the chart? I mean, it looks horrible. So such is life when you don't know, you know? So that's a gamble right there, and I don't recommend anybody else does this and falls into the mistakes that I do sometimes. I thought I could afford it, and I did. I was able to afford it, but my account could have looked even better if it wasn't for that. So if I do gamble, I'll probably do it on stocks that I'm more familiar with. This is the 1 year chart. It looks really nice, and this is the all-time chart, which looks even better. Um, I really started taking the account seriously somewhere around August. I think I started doing the videos 18th, 2018. So somewhere around here. The account was at 51, 492. Now it's at 66, 900 of natural gains, no money added, because this doesn't reflect the money added. But it did add money. You can see the total amount of money added is $49,300. Full disclosure here. So I'm sitting at 66,900. So almost a $18,000 gain here, which is pretty cool considering it's been about a year. If you want to know the percentage, what percentage that is, it's 40%. So 40% gain in the year, which is really, really nice. Hopefully I continue to make those type of gains. I'm trying my best. I'm placing, I think, smart bets, and I think I've got even better with the strategy as time goes along. I'm not making such dumb mistakes anymore, but I'm making little gambles like this that could cost me a lot and hinder the performance of this account. But if the play ends up turning out for the better, then it won't cost my account. It will give me extra money to play with, to invest, and to sell more options and buy and sell more puts and calls with that money and grow the account even faster. So sometimes it's worth it. I've had plenty of times where I've made a few option spreads and they've worked out as well. So I've been able to collect a lot of premium that way. Hopefully I'm able to cash in on this gamble right here. If you want to look at this call and what the price movement looks like, my cost is $440, and now the market value of this contract is $908, accounting for 106% of gains, or $468. So doubled my money so far, a little bit over, and I'm trying to figure out, especially we'll see how tomorrow goes, but I'm trying to figure out whether I should collect gains now before the announcement, or stick to my guns and stick to the original strategy and go for broke here, or big, or go for the money, go for the moonshot, and see if the announcement excites people enough to where the price goes even higher, into the high teens or even to the low 20s, 220s, and then I would obviously be cashing out a lot more money. So I'm excited about it. I'm thinking of holding until the announcement, but if tomorrow is a really big day, I think I'll probably just exit the position. But if it's kind of a neutral day, then I'll probably stick to it. And I don't know exactly how I'm going to react based on what happens in the markets tomorrow. But that's kind of my biggest excitement right now. I really got to watch this trade close because a lot rides on it. It's a lot of money. Even for me, that's a lot of money. All right, so $1,000 is not something to joke around with. Okay, so, and the other thing I'm just really happy about is the chemical recovery. If you go back some videos, I noted that I thought that it was going to rebound. It went a little bit lower than I thought, but I was kind of right about it rebounding. Well, I was right about it rebounding from 1830 here, and I said it will go up to at least over $9, and it's at 9 right now. At which point I was gonna start looking to sell contracts for a $10 sell price, and I've already done that with 100 of the dollars. I did sell, as you can see here, a call for 1018, a $10 call for about $14. It's at 13 right now, so I've gained like $1 on it, something like that so far. And these numbers seem small compared to the Apple Play, and they are small, but this is something that I can do consistently, and I can count on that money coming in over and over again. Whereas the Apple Play is kind of like a one-time event. They have one announcement here, their yearly announcement. So I figure I could make a play on this and see if I can put my account ahead more than normal. All right. That's really kind of what I wanted to share. I know there's been some news on the China front with the trades and all that, but as you know, I try not to watch that too much. It doesn't really affect the underlying fundamentals of the companies too much. It's a small percentage of tariffs that are being doled out, and on top of that, it's not just that there's small tariffs, but the businesses keep going. Even if the price is a little bit higher, if somebody wants the latest iPhone, they're gonna get the latest iPhone. Like that's 10%, 15% tariff is not gonna let an iPhone light person, what's it called? iPhone obsessed person forego the latest iPhone. Speaking of the latest iPhone, I hope they don't go with that square design. Like, let me know what you think about the square design. Maybe I can pull it up right now. Let's see. I go to the browser. So you're gonna look at my face for a little bit until I pull it out. So I'm looking at images here. So I really hope it's not something like I think it's like right here. Alright, I'm gonna go to the browser. So I hope it's something that's not like this design right here, where it's the square inside of a rectangle type of thing. I think they're saying it's gonna be like this gray one right here, something like that, something similar. And I don't know how I feel about that. It looks kind of awkward. I mean, the 3 dot thing is okay, but putting inside the square makes it a little bit square, a little bit dumb. I really don't like it. These are, I think, the quote-unquote lazy concepts. I think this is the one that's probably going to look more like the phone. I don't know if I'm going to be upgrading on that. Maybe the white version looks a little bit better because you can't see the square as much, but the black version definitely stands out. So as a consumer of Apple, like, I'm not too hot about it. So hopefully the design looks a lot different than these concepts and mock-ups that people have been doing. So anyway, that's my thoughts. I'm really excited. I am a consumer. I'm not a big iPhone guy. iPhone guy. I'm not a big Apple guy at all. I don't have like any Apple products besides the phone. I just really like the phone. And that's all I got to say. Let me know what you think about the phone. Like, what do you guys use? You Androids, or are you an iPhone guy as well? Or I don't know what you guys are using, what you think about it. As a consumer, I'm just kind of trying to get a feel for what people think. Anyway, I'm blabbering on now. I'm not saying anything useful at all, I think. Oh, yeah. So the most useful thing is probably where I think the silver market's going to go. Okay. So, silver market, I think this is a one-time drop, meaning like it really depends on what happens tomorrow. If there is a big follow through on the silver and it goes down another 5 or 6%, it's done. It's over for now. At least for 6 to 8, 12 months, there's not going to be any gains in silver, I think. But if it levels off a little bit, maybe is down 0.5% or up a percent, something like that, where it kind of holds its base, then I think that we are definitely is still in an uptrend, and the next 6 to 12 months are going to be we're going to see new highs. All right. If not majorly big new highs, at least new highs. So anyway, those are my thoughts on the silver market, and obviously XK is going to be my proxy right now. I should have bought some Pan American Silver. Actually, I've been looking at that company a little bit, and it looks really good as well. It's a very solid company, and so if silver does drop and I get another opportunity to get back in, I'm thinking of buying some Pan American Silver for sure. That was a really good call that one of the people who listen to these videos recommended down in the comments, and I looked at it, and it's actually a really, really solid company. So that's a really good eyes on that. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna stop right here. Really happy about this all-time new high finally. All right, and I'm excited about this Apple call, and hopefully I get to keep it through the weekend and find out on Tuesday whether it's worth anything or it goes down to zero. So it might be a really good boon for my account. It might be a really big flop. Who knows? On Tuesday, I might end up with only 60K or less in the account. All right. So I don't know. We'll see. All right. That's it for now. Okay. Peace out.